Hey, what's going on? All right, let's see if we can get this thing rolling here. Let's see if we can get this thing rolling here. Okay. See, Sly, you should have said something. I would have came up on StreamYard where I can where I could add you in. Damn it, Sly. What Sly? No, I ain't do it right. Hey, Sly, how's the audio? It sound okay? Too loud, too quiet? I'm not wearing my headphones, so I can't hear myself. Dum da dum da dum. LOL, I'm good. Okay. Let me see. Unlock. Crystal clear. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. Let me lock that. Oops. Lock, not blank. Lock. Camera. Hey, now y'all see what it say. Thank all y'all for coming out on a Saturday night. I waited till my brother in arms, partner in crime, with emphasis on crime. I mean it is Sly. But Super Sly 75, talking to Miss Naya. I was trying to ask her, do she still got that dude chained up to the pole in her basement, but she wouldn't answer. That means, hey, when they don't answer, that means yes, right? That means yes. Um, Now I'm gonna wait. I got 7 in here. When I hit double digits, I'm gonna ask a question, and now, of course, there ain't no right or wrong answer here. I'm gonna ask a question, and and then you guys can respond in the chat. All right, I got 8 watching. Okay, I got 9. Da da da. Hey, Carrie. Okay, we're in double digits. So everybody else just gonna have to play catch up. A lot of music critics now. If you look at the like the big magazines and the Rolling Stone magazines and Guitar magazine and the band magazine, the real magazines that even rock bands and bands and musicians subscribe to. They watch them more. Yeah, the public watches them, but mainly, they watch them because they want to see what everybody is saying about them. Well, a lot of music critics was saying, I remember back in that time, because I'm one of them old dudes, that some of the hair bands, you know, wasn't real rock music, and some of them got pretty upset with that. Now, some of them that we know was actually already in the business and cranking out albums before the glam rock, but because technically glam rock is from the 70s. That's your T-Rex, you know what I mean, and Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, and which I love dearly. Y'all know how I am about David Bowie. And the glam rock era, back then, MC5, Kick Out the Jams and all this other stuff, the New York Dolls, bands like that. Well, it resurged in the 80s and then crept into the 90s a little bit, but a lot of them was saying that this ain't real music. It's cookie cutter. Now, listen to this. Now, I made a quick list just off the top of my head, just the bands I can remember. I know I'm going to forget some. Now, I'm going to read off the list. Then I'll ask the question about, do you think that these are real rock bands or not? And then we can just get into the general back and forth about it. Okay. Now here's just off the top of my head. I had to write them down. Kiss, which we know Kiss was out before, from the glam rock era. They was out before then. Rat, Twisted Sister, Motley Crue, Poison, Dokken, which was out before all that came out. Warrant, Faster Pussycat, Europe, Whitesnake, Skid Row, Tesla, Cinderella, LA Guns, Vixen, Def Leppard, again, which was out of Def Leppard. I remember I was listening to them in the 70s. Guns N' Roses, Firehouse, Damn Yankees. I did not like Damn Yankees at all. The Scorpions, another one I've been listening to since the 70s. Slaughter, Van Halen. There ain't no dispute in the world of Van Halen ain't a real rock and roll band. Lita Ford, Joan Jett. Now, Joan Jett, Lita Ford, and all them, they came from a group called the Runaways. And they hit song, the Runaways, was a song called Cherry Bomb. And they done the video in, I mean, you're talking the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. And they're in the lingerie. I guess maybe that's where Prince got the thing from, with the, with that. But as a kid, I was blown away because you ain't see stuff like that on TV. But anyway, that was the Runaways. But anyway, but the remnants from that, Lita Ford, Joan Jett, they from there. Another band, we almost done, Wasp, and it's W period A period S period P period, but it's Wasp. Bon Jovi for John Bon Jovi, Mr. Big, and Winger. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I like everybody on this on this list, but I will say this. Kiss was a rock band before the question, I'm sorry. If you think that hair bands overall are not real rock and roll, put an N for no, or put the word no in the chat. If you think they are, put a Y or put yes in the chat. And hopefully some people will catch up later on, because that's a trip how I do it. Now I'll have 15, 20 people watching, and then as soon as I close it down, I'll show it to Carrie. I had 200 something odd views. Okay, so we got yes, and there is no right or wrong answer here. Somebody say no. That's, cool. That's their opinion. Now, while y'all doing populating that, I will say Kiss was around before the hair band craze. Scorpions was around before the hair band craze. Van Halen definitely was around before the hair band craze. So was Joan Jett. So was Lita Ford. Def Leppard, most definitely. Now, with that out of the way, I will admit there are a lot of them that got on the bandwagon. I ain't mad at them because everybody does it. Blues artists done it. Not so much jazz musicians. Pop, bubblegum, pop, boy band, they all done it. So you had to change. Hell, I remember even they made did I put Quiet Riot on there? I thought I put it on there. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed Quiet Riot. I'm sorry. I'm quiet. Now, here's the thing. Hey, little Quiet Riot trivia. Their hit song, Come Feel the Noise, they wasn't the originals of it. I can't remember the name of the band, but that song came out in the early 70s. Pretty much the same. They just added some more to it. I remember when they make-upped Ozzy and poofed his hair up and everything and put the stuff on him. Now, us diehard Black Sabbath fans was like, what the hell did they do to Ozzy? You know, we losing our shit because we from, you know, Black Sabbath, you know, Masters of Reality, you know what I'm saying? Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, you know, so he even had to play the game, but his music was still the same, but it just freaked us out when we heard keyboard synthesizers with Ozzy singing. Now I think it introduced Ozzy to a younger crowd that wasn't listening to Ozzy, you know, as a kid. So, you know, it introduced him, but to us guys that was already listening to him, we like, man, what the fuck is that? Now, granted, I wasn't going to stop listening to Ozzy over a couple albums doing the hair band thing, but yeah, Slade, that's right. Yeah, Come Feel the Noise. That's right. And a lot of people didn't know that. And then even when Ozzy redone Mr. Crowley, and I told him, I said, y'all do know when Mr. Crowley, when Ozzy originally, and they like, no. And I toyed with them and I let them look it up, you know, cause that's the fun of it. But I will admit there's some on this list that I can remember off the top of my head that I won't listen to it. I just, you know, Warrant. Okay. Cherry Pie. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Great. All right. Faster Pussycat. Couple of songs I'm cool. Europe, Final Countdown. Yeah, whatever. All the stadiums play all that stuff. White Snake was actually pretty good. Skid Row, I can take them or leave them. Tesla, take them or leave them. What's up, Iron? Yeah, it did look weird on Ozzy, bruh. Man, what the hell? Now, once I re-listened to Cinderella album many years later. Yeah, and I was like, they actually was pretty decent musicians. You know, Cinderella, you know, that they could play. LA Guns, I ain't like LA Guns. Vixen had like 2 songs I like. Def Leppard, I've been listening to Def Leppard since they first came out. And even doing another trivia thing. During the hairband phase, they remastered Def Leppard song Bringing on the Heartache, but they added a keyboard synthesizer to it. You're bringing on a heartache. I don't like me personally, I don't like the hairband version of Bringing on the Heartbreak. I like the original. Now, granted, the album Pyromania was an excellent album. I'm telling y'all, because I was a young dude then. When the Pyromania album came out with Rock of Ages and Foolin', and my favorite on there was Too Late for Love. Oh my goodness. Def Leppard was it. Who else I'm saying? Vixen. Oh, I said Vixen. Guns N' Roses. I actually did like. What's up, Geechee Dan? I actually liked Guns N' Roses. Their first, what was that album? Something for Destruction. Not Appetite for Destruction. Appetite, something like that. Whatever it is. I actually did like. I liked Guns N' Roses. Now, I think. And somebody say, all right, if Slash wasn't the lead guitarist, would you think they'd be as great? I'm like, probably so, because I ain't trying to be a DICK, but y'all know I'm a bass player. Y'all know I got a little bit of studio time. I'm, family owned a record store growing up. I'm from Detroit, Rock City, all this other good stuff. And I ain't gonna kill nobody on the bass, but I'm pretty good. But yeah, November Rain was a good song. I like that. But I'm telling you, we all know Welcome to the Jungle was their swan song. And it was one of them, it had one of them riffs, one of them opening riffs that as soon as you heard it, after you'd heard it a couple of times, you knew what was coming. And then that slash go, and you know it's going. Another one, go down the list. Firehouse, you can keep them. Damn Yankees, you can keep them. The Zoo, the Scorpions, love the Scorpions. Big City Nights, the Zoo are my two favorites by the Scorpions, and I got to see the Scorpions live twice when I was living in while I was stationed stationed in Germany. Here's another thing: the intro to "Sweet Child of Mine," they actually, and they even admitted, Slash admitted, all of them admitted, they had. Oh, I put the Cinderella's on the list. I already ran down the list, Geechee Dan. I ran down, and I'm just going back through it now, saying the ones that I think is real and not so much, or that I like, and the other ones not so much. I think they just got on the bandwagon, but I ain't mad at them for getting on the bandwagon. I am not mad, because I would have done the same thing. It's a gig. The intro to "Sweet Child of Mine" was Slash was just warming up. He went from I can't remember. He went from a Fender to a Yamaha, or a Yamaha to a Gibson, or something like that. He had changed guitar and changed the string, and he was just messing around with it. Cause the sound man, as a guy that know a little bit about that, he's like, cause he's trying to get your tone, get your sound, get your volume right and everything, play something. And he just played it. And they ain't think nothing of it. They went on with the show. Later on, come time to make an album and everything. Y'all late. Yeah, Iron. I ain't trying to be funny. All them ones y'all naming, we already read them off. You my brother, but okay, here we go. I'm going to read it off again. Okay? Y'all ready? Kid, this is just off the top of my head. I wrote it down. Okay? Kiss, Rat, Twisted Sister, Motley Crue, Poison, Dokken, Warrant, Faster Pussycat, Europe, Whitesnake, Skid Row, Tesla, Cinderella, LA Guns, Vixen, Def Leppard, Guns N' Roses, Firehouse. No, you good, bruh. You good. Iron, don't worry about it. Damn Yankees, Scorpions, Slaughter, Van Halen, Lita Ford, Joan Jett, which from her and Lita Ford from the Runaways, Wasp, Bon Jovi, Mr. Big, Winger, and Quiet Riot. Now that's so. Now where did I stop off on? All right, I stopped off at Scorpion. Slaughter. Yeah, I can take them or leave them. Van Halen. Like I say, my argument now, all them critics that was writing about this stuff in the Rolling Stone and Guitar Magazine and Metal Mag and all that other stuff, they did say they put an asterisk next to Van Halen, they put an asterisk next to the Scorpions, and they put an asterisk next to Kiss, and they put an asterisk next to Dokken. Hey, Kelly, what's going on? They put an asterisk next to them because they were already had albums out before the hair band thing. Well, Heart, I don't think Heart qualifies as a hair band. Heart been out, for a minute. Same thing with Aerosmith. I've been listening. I mean, we was listening to Aerosmith in the 70s. You know what I mean? Get Your Wings and all that. Now, did they have a little resurgence during that era? Yeah. But, you know what I mean? Aerosmith just, they're Aerosmith, which, I mean, but man, but they're great band. Love Aerosmith. I got all all this stuff I got going on here, it's all on my Nick's Tunes channel. And when I'm done with this stream, what's up, PJ? I'm gonna re-upload it over there. I was gonna do a simulcast, stream them both at the same time, but my the computer is fine. The internet feed didn't like it. Didn't like it. But anyway, let me see. Runaways. I love the Runaways. I still got that. I still got the Cherry Bomb 45. I still got it. Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi was okay. I mean, he had some hits. John Bon Jovi, he had some hits. I gotta give him that. And Mr. Big, I know they had that song. I could care less about that song they had. Winger, they are okay. Winger was hard. Winger was, and then Quiet Riot. And who is this? Okay, now it's just one of my drivers checking in. Let me now Bon Jovi had Bon Jovi had some good hits, but my personal favorite Bon Jovi song was before they hit the hairband thing. It's a song called Runaway by Bon Jovi. So but Pantera and them, they're not hairbands. They're great. I mean, I got Far Beyond Driven. I got the Pantera album, but they're not considered a hairband. That's why I was talking about hairbands. They're a rock band, just like, Pink Floyd they're not a hairband. Love Pink Floyd, but they're not a hairband. They're not. Led Zeppelin, love Led Zeppelin. They're not a hairband. That's why I'm going to do a show. This one's hair bands. Then I'm going to do one 70s rock. Then I'm going to do one 60s rock. Then I'm going to do one the funk era of the 70s. Then I'm going to do what, so I'm not trying to blend them all. I don't want to just blend them all in together. Metallica, love Metallica. Not a hair band. Judas Priest, love Judas Priest. Not a hair band. They don't fit what they consider a hair band. Geechee Dan, fun fact about Bon Jovi, they never struggled. They were an instant hit from the beginning. The only band I ever heard of that never struggled. I didn't know that, but I do, I like Bon Jovi. I have nothing bad to say about them. Hey, Tiff. So I'm not gonna, so when we do the funk era one, and I'm talking, James Brown and the Impressions and Parliament Funkadelic, I ain't gonna be answering no Metallica questions. You know what I'm saying? So, cause that's, then we'd do the metal one. I'm gonna blow y'all mind on the metal one. But these bands, I think they solidified an era. See, cause I was already an adult. I was a young adult, but I was an adult. And so that's why some of the bands that was already out that they were throwing into the hair band bucket, I was like, man, I'm like, Def Leppard was already here. What are y'all talking about? That was me. Dokken was already here. What are you talking about? That's the way I'm, people, oh, you hear this new chick? Joan Jett. And I'm like, and Lita Ford. I'm like, dude, you heard of the Runaways? Huh? It's great. I get it, because I don't know everything. Because you say something about some of these rap guys now, I wouldn't know if you pulling my leg or if it was a real band. Same thing, Geechee Dan. Not a hair band. Living Color, not a hair band. Not from the era. And I got the album. I got all three of their albums. Not a hair band. We said Guns N' Roses. We covered Guns N' Roses, Tiff. We already covered Guns N' Roses, but welcome to the party. But some of these bands stayed, some didn't, some still out there. But of course, the Van Halen deal. Now, yeah, that's why I put, hair bands. That's what we saying. Some critics say hair bands aren't real rock and roll bands. No, you good. Y'all good. Don't worry about it. Do you know OTEP or Ginger? Nope. Never heard of them. If I did, I don't remember it, but that neither one rings a bell. What's up, American? Most of these a lot of these guys still tour, but a lot of these, the majority of these, they're gone. But of course, now we know what happened with Van Halen, David Lee Roth and went his own way. And then Sammy Hagar came in and took over, for the lead of Van Halen. Then they tried to get it back together and it just, you know what I mean? And it just, me personally, people can call me a DICK. I got all the Van Halens. All of them. I got all the ones with David Lee Roth. 1984, Diver Down, Van Halen's 1, 2, and 3. On vinyl. I remember when I bought them. You know what I mean? Oh man, that's a gimme. David Lee Roth. He's the only lead singer I say of Van Halen is David Lee Roth. There's no diss to Sammy Hagar. The stuff he done, I Can't Drive 55 and all this other stuff. I remember the first time I heard one of the earliest renditions I remember hearing of Sammy Hagar was on the Heavy Metal soundtrack. Okay. And cause there's a bunch of songs on the album, but there's 2 songs on the Heavy Metal. Cause we went and saw the movie. It's an animated movie in a movie theater that, when I used to go to movie theaters, cause you ain't have to worry about getting shot or somebody shooting at the screen doing something stupid. But Don Felder made the opening track for the movie Heavy Metal. I love that song. Don Felder and Sammy Hagar done the outro Heavy Metal song for the album. It's a one-way ticket to midnight, calling Heavy Metal. I still remember that. That was way before he took over as the front man of Van Halen. But so we know what happened with that. Motley Crue, they tried to stick around. I like the Crew. Yeah, I like both of them. That movie another movie, since I said something about movies, do y'all selves a favor. If y'all ain't seen a movie called Rock and Rule, his name is Mark. Thanks a lot. You got him in there. You got Deborah Harry in there. I mean, the movie, I love that movie. Rock and Rule. I love that movie. But that movie and Heavy Metal, I like them both. I can't put one over the other because I'm from the era of both, but I like them both. Let me see. You hear the best hair band music, State Fairs and stuff. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of these guys. Now, some of them, the only reason I saw them because they was opening for other people, like Warrant and Faster Pussycat. I didn't go to see them. I went to go see Motley Crue. So, but, Warrant, Faster Pussycat opened. Then, yeah, I seen Heavy Metal 2000. Sure did. And I'm from Detroit, and I never seen Kiss live. Ain't that something? As many live concerts I've been to, I ain't seen Kiss live. That's a freaking travesty. I've seen Poison, seen Motley Crue, seen Twisted Sister, seen Rat. Like I say, Warrant, Faster, Pussycat, Europe. I seen them because they opened for other people. I've never seen L.A. Guns. Ain't seen Tesla. Didn't see Cinderella. Didn't see Vixen. Seen Def Leppard. Saw them in Germany too. Uh, didn't get a chance to go to Guns N' Roses. Didn't see Firehouse. I'm cool with that. Damn Yankees. They ain't seen them either. I'm cool with that. Seen the Scorpions in Germany. Never seen Slaughter. Never seen Lita Ford. Seen Joan Jett. Never seen Wasp. Never been to a Bon Jovi concert. Definitely ain't go to Mr. Big. Never seen Winger, but I saw Quiet Riot with Quiet Riot open for Rat and Quiet. It was Quiet Riot, then Rat, then Ozzy Osbourne, not Black Sabbath. Ozzy Osbourne. Your friend had a crush on Sebastian Bach. Oh boy. But and now here's the thing. I still remember I still remember the first time I heard Motley Crue's first single. They didn't even have an album. They didn't even have an album deal. Is a song called Live Wire. A lot of y'all, if y'all like their music, you heard of it. But that's when that was a single. It wasn't even, they didn't even have a record deal, according to them. And me and my buddies, we'd always sit around, we'd listen to the radio because we record, we talk stuff, trading music and everything around. And it's like, hey man, got this new release, and this new band called Rat. And they supposed to play them. They would do it at the top of the hour, new releases on the radio station in Detroit called WLLZ, Detroit's New Wheels. WLLZ always got the hottest stuff right off the bat. I met Duff, another guitar player for Guns N' Roses in San Francisco back in the day. Cool. I met some folks, I ain't meet nobody from Guns N' Roses, but I ran across, a couple of folks, and if I named them, people would go, who? And I go, to me, they were, musical musicians, but it's cool. But anyway, they say, new song, band, Motley Crue, and, it's called Live Wire. Like, okay, all right, let's, and we sitting there, and it come on, and it just, and we like, this all right, Live Wire, cause I'm alive, and I'm like, and he got the cowbell. Remember, I need more cowbell. That ain't where it came from, but he had plenty of cowbell in the original one. The end of the song, it's like it's like you taking your solo and you moving it from the middle of the song to the end of the song. Cause you used to melody, chorus, then the melody, then the chorus, melody, solo, melody, chorus, end. That's what you're used to. The music was 88, from 77 to 10. The music was so universal that then age didn't matter. Yeah, a lot making mixtapes of bands. Yeah, we used to do that all the time. Singing Paradise City. Yeah, I said, hell, Paradise City came out. I was in the Army. Was cool. It was. I still remember. Like I said, I still remember the first time listening to it. If you haven't listened to it, listen to Live Wire by Motley Crue, the original one. And like I said, and it's like you just took the solo, plucked it out of the middle of the song, and moved it to the end. And it's just guitar and the drums. That's it. And it boom, and And we all sitting there, me and my friends sitting there like this. What the hell was that? And I was Motley Crue fan from that point on out. That was it. They had, I was on the hook. You swim the fish in the hook. No, I just grabbed the hook. Okay, let's go. They had from that point on. And then when Shout at the Devil came out and, all the other stuff, Looks to Kill and all that, man, that was, you found out about Aerosmith after Rehab in the mid 80s. I did not know they were great before Rehab, man. I think I was in middle school when Dream On came out by Aerosmith. I think I was in middle school. And I still remember, every time I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clearer. And I'm like, ooh, sing women, sing for the years, sing for the laughter, sing for the tea. I'm like, man, I was Aerosmith fan right off the bat. My favorite Aerosmith song, even though I like a whole bunch of them, Last Child is my favorite Aerosmith song. Is Last Child. That is my favorite Aerosmith song. Then I skip over a whole bunch of stuff. Janie's Got a Gun is a good song. Man, that's a good song. But man, these hair bands with the crazy hair, the leather with the chains and all kind of stuff, and the glove, you had to have the glove with the fingers cut out, right? With what do you call the metal bead looking? Because some of them would have spikes, but you know what I mean. But oh God, I can't remember the thing, like them chrome like button things they had all on black leather and whatnot. And I'm like, man, that stuff looks hot. Man, ain't you hot wearing that? But you figure they put a big giant fan up there. Now, if y'all, to people that may ask, like, why did Nick put Red Hot Chili Peppers behind the deal here? Matter of fact, I need to change the pattern. Properties, fade. Yeah. Okay. All right, cuz what is your problem, dog? Like I'm looking at the screen, cuz I remember when this you had them spike bracelets. I never had. And see, cuz I was active duty when all this stuff came out. But this happened when this video Donnie California first came out. We were going down the line, me and my buddies, naming the bands, that they're emulating. And, we like this, like that. That's the Misfits. I love the Misfits. I do. And they got the look down. Now, that one, pick a hair band. Just pick one. That could be 3 different bands, that one right there. I mean, pick one. That's supposed to have been Aerosmith. No, take that back. No, that wasn't Aerosmith. That was Rat. That was supposed to be Rat, the blonde hair. That's supposed to have been Rat. Because Steve Tyler never had blonde hair. This is the Jimi Hendrix experience. This is Jimi Hendrix. And that's the jacket that Jimmy wore that jacket a couple of times. this could be 2 or 3 different bands because Flea is dressed up like Ziggy Stardust, even though Ziggy wasn't a bass player. Um, Again, the Misfits, you know, Die Die My Darling, and all, man, I'm telling you, I love the Misfits. Love the Misfits. Nirvana, of course, from the Unplugged, from Nirvana Unplugged on MTV. Remember when MTV actually was kind of cool? You know, Jimmy again, because you know Jimi Hendrix Experience was a 3-piece band. Um, the Star Glasses, and then because on that one they even brought down the Mothership, so you know that's Parliament Funkadelic. That's Elvis Presley, you know, because he even do the Elvis dance in the video. I like Billy Idol. I was listening first time I heard I remember Billy Idol when he was in a band called Generation X. He was the front lead man of a band called Generation X. That was my introduction to Billy Idol. Because I was also and I got to do a new wave stream too. Like I say, the new wave stream, I know I'm gonna kill it, but I figure I'd start out on something that's easily universal, and which is the hair bands. But man, there's a lot of good music that came out of this. I mean, Kiss, pick a song. You know, even though Detroit Rock City is still my favorite Kiss song. Rat, you know, Round and Round. I mean, you got so many. Twisted Sister. Now, people, they're a novelty. Yeah, but they play, you know, what's the one everybody always, you heard everybody play, we're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. Well, I remember when they had to go to court over somebody done something to somebody, and Dee Snider went to court without the makeup and stuff on, and everybody was like, wow, he looks like a normal human being. I met a lot of members of the original Parliament Funkadelic, because, you know, for a while there, they were operating out of Detroit. So that's how, and they would make their rounds, you know, to all the record stores. And when your family owns a record store and you work there or you hang out there so much, you meet so many people. And A&R men, I was always meeting dudes like Sly. Here, take this record. Make sure you play it. I'm like, I got a funny feeling me and you gonna cross paths later on in life. But that was fun. But I'm telling you, Dokken, yeah, Dee Snider is a smart guy. Dokken makes some good music. I'm telling you. Breaking the Chains, I love that. That's always my go-to Dokken song. That and in my dreams too. Poison, you know, Motley Crue, name plenty of hits. Poison, you know, Talk Dirty to Me, all this other good stuff. Warren, she's my cherry pie. Faster Pussy, well, you know she gonna go, wow. But the Faster Pussycat, that guitar player, pretty good guitar player. Europe, Final Countdown, that's the only song I know by them. White Snake, I know they had the ones that they were popular for, I guess because MTV would just constantly push it. That is this love, is that I've been searching for, is this love. I'm like, stop it. Play the real White Snake. Stop it. That's not real White Snake. It is, but it's not. Skid Row, I'm telling y'all can keep Skid Row. Yeah, I said, I got a funny feeling me and you gonna meet each other again in a later life. That's all good and fine. Just play the record. I play the record. This is pretty damn good. Man, I'm telling y'all, whether you like the lead singer of Cinderella's voice or not, just listen to the solo of Nobody's Fool by Cinderella and play it all the way back. they can play. They can play. I'm like, where the hell? But here's the thing. There ain't no shortage of guitarists and there's no shortage of musicians out here. That's the grunge thing. That's the difference. That Alice in Chains. That's the grunge show that we gonna do with Nirvana and everybody else. Screaming Trees and Soundgarden and all that other stuff. Nobody's Fool. That's a good song. L.A. Guns. I'm telling you, I know some people love the L.A. Guns. They just didn't do nothing for me. L.A. Guns didn't do nothing for me. Nothing. And I ain't saying they are bad. I ain't saying they're bad people. I just wasn't my cup of tea. Vixen, same thing. Not my cup of tea. Def Leppard, man, where do you want to start? Even though they had hit albums before the Pyromania album came out, the Pyromania album made Def Leppard a household name. Well, see, it was a radio station that we used to listen to, because by then I was away from Fort Hood and I was at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And there was a radio station out of Raleigh, Durham. I cannot remember the call sign of that radio station. And they had like a hair, like the hair drive home or drive home hair band, something like that. It was during the rush hour, the rush hour out, from I think it was like from 4:30 to 6:30 or something like that, or it was something like that, hour and a half. And that's all they played was hair bands. And that's when I heard Vixen, Firehouse, Faster Pussycat. That's when you got to hear the bands like that. Of course, they would play the headliners and whatnot, but they mix them in too, and you get used to hearing them. And Love Bites, that's Judas Priest. Love Bites is Judas Priest. When you feel safe, when you feel warm, that's when I strike. That's when I come in the dead of nights. Love Bites. That's Rob Halford. But man, I'm telling you, Def Leppard, that Pyromania album, it's a good fucking album, man. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. That's a good album. And I think now that I done grew up a little bit, some of these albums actually could have been better. And I'm quite sure Sly can touch on that one. I think there were some albums that could have been great, but their sound man or the engineering and whatnot was just horrible to me. And since you brought Love Bites, now that Screaming for Vengeance, British Steel, those were pretty good. One of my favorite Judas Priest albums is Rock-a-Rolla, but the sound man need his ass kicked, or whoever cut the master press, they need their ass kicked. They need their ass kicked because they killed. It's like they muted almost everything 13,000 kilohertz and up. I'm like, what are you doing? Danzig, that's fine. Like I said, but Danzig, Danzig period is all right with me. Hell, I know the origin. I know their whole story. I know the origin of Danzig, and they're named themselves after a river. But all them other ones, like I say, but Quiet Riot, they were pretty good musically. They were good musically. Bon Jovi was good musically. The Runaways, like I say, it was the visual with them, because when you got four chicks in lingerie playing, two guitars, a bass player, and a drummer, you know, in their underwear, and you going, I'm sorry, what did they say? No, you know, you're a kid, you know, you're a teenager. So of course, Van Halen, we ain't got to talk about how musical they are. Everyone knows that. Whether they like Iron Maiden, Van Halen or not, I got Iron Maiden on the brain. Bruce Dickinson, um, and Tony Diano. Tony Diano was the original lead singer for Iron Maiden. Tony Diano, and that's a trip that I still know all this stuff by heart. That's weird, but yeah, the Hart sisters, yeah, and they were very very good. These damn, here come the Russian bots. God dang it, go away, bot. Man, damn, we getting attacked by the Russians. Russian bots. Well, hell, we've been getting attacked by Russian bots. But I say this is music. I say it's real rock and roll. I say it is. And I know some critics that talk that junk. I mean, they're entitled to their opinion, but there's a lot of good rock and roll that came out of that era. There's a lot of damn good rock and roll that came out of that era. And like I said, there was some sleepers too, because Poison was a sleeper. I mean, to me, Poison was a sleeper. Like I say, Twisted Sister got people out of there too, you know, I want to rock, 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 rock. You know, so everybody, you know, doing that. Quiet Riot, you know, with, you know, Mental Health. Because remember, they even had, and MTV, I think videos pushed a lot of bands over the top. I think videos helped some bands and videos hurt some bands. Because prior to that, well, prior to MTV, I don't know if any of y'all old enough to remember Don Kirshner's rock concert that used to come on TV. I think it was like Friday or Saturday night, real late at night, if your parents would let you stay up. I remember I used to watch it, but it had to be either Friday or Saturday because it wasn't a school night, because I know I'd be up to watch it. Don Kirshner's rock concert, King Biscuit Flower Hour, that would be on the radio. Poison got pushed back because they tried to look like women, remember? Oh, yeah, a whole bunch of them. But shoot, look at all these guys. They all look like women. Skid Row. They like chicks. They look like chicks. Motley Crue, look at all the makeup that Motley Crue wore. I mean, crap ton. Kiss, they ain't look like women, but they had on a bunch of makeup, and for years ain't nobody know what they look like. Wasp, look at the makeup they wore. Winger, look at the makeup they wore. You know what I'm saying? Look at all that stuff. They just covered up with it. Dokken, I give Dokken that. Oh yeah, I got the album. I got it. The majority of these I'm talking about, I done seen them, I done watched them, and a lot of them I got the vinyl. But yeah, but they all took. A lot of them took it over the top. You know, because I don't know if it was them or their label or their promoter or a combination of, you know, them plus some more. Didn't bother me because I ain't trying to date you. I'm just listening to the music. So, you know, all the other stuff, I'm good. I'm freaking good. Wait a minute. Okay, my bad. And oh, I know it was the label ID. Yeah, because I knew somebody now you looking at it, the Misfits, that was the now on the screen, the Misfits, that was just them. Misfits just freaking, but man, they put on a good show. They put on a good show. But and everybody, and then I tell people, and the Danzig and the Misfits is, they joined at the wrist. Scorpions, good guitar player. If the Scorpions had a top line drum player, they could have. I mean, they killed it. And the Scorpions is hot in Germany. They're from Germany, so of course they're like a national treasure over there in Germany. But when they sing, they English is perfect. But when you hear them when they talk in German, and they sound like a normal German, and you go, whoa. But yeah, because they're the Scorpions is German. Man, but like I say, I know some of the people, they just jumped in. A lot of guys were already real musicians. MTV took off. VH1, because then VH1 wasn't too much into Scorpions, no, Simeon. I don't think they made I don't remember them making a song, Send Me an Angel. That Send Me an Angel, so that was more like a new wave song. The one that I'm thinking of. Which decade would you say best for hair bands? 80s. 80s. I just say 80s. I won't even blink at it. And one thing the music video did, because back then you had to have a music video. That was the thing. Video was king. And I remember even the Buggles made that song, Video Killed the Radio Star. I hated that song, but it's true, but I hated that song. And because I'm a child of radio. I grew up on the radio. Yeah, the videos and whatnot. But then some of them, it was some horrible bands that had great videos, and the band sucked. They sucked. Had a good video, but they sucked. VH1, they done more of the they doing, Luther Vandross, Boz Scaggs, Christopher Cross, good stuff. Jackson Browne, Fleetwood Mac, Jefferson Starship, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. They doing all that stuff. That stuff was great. We were sitting around. I still remember, we were sitting in the day room in the barracks at Fort Hood waiting on the launch of MTV. We're sitting there, but standing room only. We just all cramped in there looking at this 27-inch, color TV sitting up on this rack that you could roll around, and it had a VCR player. Yeah, VCR player, and then like the other format, I think is like 8mm film or something like that high 8 or something like that. Because we had both of them, what Army give them to you, and that and TV. And we're all sitting there watching it with bated breath, waiting on the intro of MTV. And that was with the spaceman, and he bouncing and with the flag and sticking in the moon, and you can see the earth in the background and whatnot. The MTV Spaceman, yeah, they turned it into an award. That's the scene of the Spaceman. That's reminiscent of the opening scene of the movie Heavy Metal. The Spaceman and the thing and the stuff moving in the background and all this other stuff. And then, as it goes out of the cockpit and you're expecting to see a spaceship, but the Spaceman, his ship is a 53 Corvette. You know what I mean? Make that one Uh, uh, make that one, but that was cool. Let me see. USA Channel show called Night Flight. I remember Night Flight. Uh, but I love VH1. I love them TV too. But it's like asking me, uh, uh, it's like asking me, which one you like better, vanilla or chocolate ice cream? The answer is yes. I mean, vanilla or strawberry, excuse me. I don't eat chocolate ice cream, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, what's going on, Faith? And but now I don't know, but I know Christopher Cross was larger than life back in the day. Midnight Special, Friday night videos, all that. Like I say, I used to watch Don Kirshner's rock concert, and I'm telling you, Friday night videos. I still remember the logo at the end. Sly, remember they have the man blindfolded, tied to a pole, and the pole is spinning around in a circle. And the intro was like this prism spear, bam, and it would spin around, and then neon that said Friday night videos on it. I still remember that. Like it was yesterday. But yeah, Midnight Special was great. Midnight Special, man, everybody came through Midnight Special. Midnight Special was great. I'm telling you, but I grew up, I mean, as a kid, King Biscuit Flower Hour on the radio. And we ain't paying Dade no attention. We're ignoring you, Dade. That's my buddy, but I'm ignoring you. They hair bands. They are hair bands. But man, what MTV done is they put a face to a lot of music that people have been listening to, and they didn't know what the band looked like. And unless you've been and seen them in concert, or like I said, or you seen them on King Biscuit or Don Kirshner, or or Midnight Special, if you seen them on something like that, then you knew what they looked like. But besides that, and like the first time when I seen Budgie, love Budgie, and they played Black Velvet Stallion, Zoom Club, and Bread Fan on some European, some French channel or something, because living in Michigan, we could get the BBC on your rabbit ears. You can get the BBC, so we get to watch BBC America, and then I guess they're simulcasting from some French thing that was MTV before MTV. This is the 70s, the late 70s and whatnot, because I've heard Budgie on the radio, but what you don't know what they look like. And then you see them, you like, man, this dude wearing Coke bottles for glasses and whatnot. And but that was cool. I still remember the first time I seen Rush and seen Geddy Lee, and I'm like, man, he's a little old something. Yeah, I remember Quarter Flash. And but man, so I guess they figured, oh crap. Well, now yeah, Top of the Pops. I remember that. Soul Train came on Saturday at like 1:00 on Channel 50 in Detroit. And oh man, and then later on was Later with Jules Holland. Good show. I love that show. Later with Jules Holland. Love that show. That came on the BBC as well. Well, that was one good thing about living in Michigan is you got the BBC. So got to watch all the Benny Hills that they wouldn't show on the American TV. You can watch them. Hair bands are the mumble rap of rock. Oh boy, Sly, we gonna fight. Cause I don't listen to mumble rap. How do you know what they saying? Whose idea was that? But anyway, I'm telling you, there's so many good. Soul Train came on about 12 or 1. Yep, Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. Yep, sure was in that in that same time area. Um, I guess that's when they figured that they had to. Well, man, we gotta purdy up because video is the thing now. So now we need lights and we need gear and we need this and that and and all this other stuff. And I think the video actually like took on a life of its own. You know what I mean? Like a persona of its own. Hey y'all, wait. Hey y'all, let's get slide. Let's try something here.
But Sly, if it's mumble rap, how is it that we know all the words to the songs when they sing it? Sing Round and Round by Rat. Go ahead.
Who's kidding you? Who's kidding me? Man, I'm telling man. Hey, tell me y'all ain't like that. Round and round. Will love will find a way, just give it time. Round and round. What comes around goes around. I'll tell you why. I love that song. I did. They say video killed all the old popular black artists' music back then. But video also made a lot of, now, Michael Jackson was already big, but certain things, certain people, it just blew them up even bigger. Hell, even Lionel Richie All Night Long. Tell me, and I'm not, but I like the video. I like the song. Shut up, you. 8-pound pain in the ass. I like the song. I ain't got nothing against Lionel Richie, but I got tired of watching them showing that damn video. I'm like, man, look, all night. Okay, we get it, all night long. Got it. Can y'all play something else, please? Shoot. And Nasty Boys, Janet Jackson. No, I ain't like Dancing on Ceiling. I'm sorry. I'm good with that. Janet Jackson, Nasty Boys. Now I like that one because the Rocksteady crew and they bums and whatnot and I'm like, the motherfuckers is fly. It's like those that Mystery Man, look, when a lot of them, when they had to go on screen and you like, now, yeah, they wore out, man, they wore Nasty Boys out. They wore it out. I liked the song. I did. I really did. And, but they wore it out. And another, like I say, but Twisted Sister, We're Not Gonna Take It. They wore that song out. I like the song, but they wore it out. She's My Cherry Pie, wore it out. Like the song again, but they wore it out. Cinderella, I don't think they played Cinderella enough. Because Cinderella, I don't think they played White Snake enough. Joan Jett, they wore out I Love Rock and Roll. They wore it out. Van Halen, even though I think the only one I think I can remember them wearing out was Jump. And that's a trip. I remember Hot for Teacher, they couldn't play it during the daytime. Even though there was nothing, but I guess, a teacher in a short skirt walking around and we look and laugh at it and whatnot now, but But they played the hell out of Jump. They did. I mean, man, you couldn't go nowhere, turn on nothing without hearing Jump. Hey, you, who said that? Baby, how you been? And that was the era of Van Halen that I started drifting, cause Eddie played we doing the I'm like, no, stop. Why are y'all adding keyboards to rock and roll. But then you just went on ahead and gave in. They like, well, this one, you listen to Jethro Tull. And I said, yeah, but Jethro Tull ain't a hair band. Well, you listen, you listen, you like Tarkus. Yeah, but that's not okay, forget it. Forget it. Just play the damn thing. Motley Crue, Home Sweet Home. Yes, it was. They played that to death. Living on a Prayer. They played that to death. I'm telling you, my favorite Bon Jovi song is Runaway. That's my favorite Bon Jovi song, Runaway. I love that song. On the streets where you live, girls talk about their social lives. I love that. I love Runaway. But like I say, Firehouse, all them of them, they can keep that crap. Scorpions, No One Like You. The Zoo. It's a simple bass line that I know how to play, and it just dominates the song. Boom, 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 boom. Ban it. Yeah, I don't, like I say, listen to Breaking the Chains by Dawkins. My favorite Bon Jovi songs, hands down, is Dead or Alive. Yeah, that got pretty steady rotation too where I was at. That got pretty damn. But I think I'm looking at this list: Motley Crue, Twisted Sister, We Ain't Gonna Take It Round. Europe, The Final Countdown. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, this isn't hair band. This isn't rock. The Final Countdown. Built This City. That's Jefferson Starship. That's great. That's my girl Grace Slick. Jefferson Starship that used to be the Jefferson Airplane, who she came over from a different group. I can't remember the name of the group. And she sat in and sang Want Somebody to Love, and that's when they came out. They got a record deal and they came out with the album Surristic Pillow. Surristic Pillow. And then they went Jefferson Airplane, Surristic Pillow, then the Jefferson Airplane Loves You. Can't remember the next album. And then they went on some tour, and Janis Joplin, Big Brother and the Holding Company opened for Jefferson Airplane, and then the world was introduced to Janis Joplin. Because a lot of people say this. I said, man, no, that's Janis Joplin. But no, the name is Big Brother and the Holding Company. Sarah, no, that's Fleetwood Mac. Sarah is Fleetwood Mac. Hey, this is man. Don't start. Here you go messing with me with. Read the title, bruh. Read the title. What it say? Just because Hall & Oates had a bunch of hair back then, that ain't make them a hair band. I had a whole bunch of hair. No, I didn't. I was in the Army. I'm lying. Okay, but if I wouldn't, I would have had a bunch of hair. That wouldn't make you a mess. But man, there was a lot of good music came out of that era. The dude that wrote that Puff piece in Guitar Magazine, somebody should have took a Fender Stratocaster and gave him the Jimi Hendrix, smash him over the head. Yeah. Sarah is the lead singer of that's Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks is singing that down there in the sea of love where everyone would love to drown. But now it's gone. It doesn't matter what for. When you build your house, please call me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sarah, you're the glowing in my heart. Never change, and don't you never stop. I mean, maybe they did make a Sarah, but the Sarah that comes to my mind when I hear Sarah is Fleetwood Mac. Matter of fact, since we out here, I'll be damned. It's right there. Boop, boop. Okay. And, official music video. Copy link address. Da, 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 da. Oh, okay. Now I'll say I'm quite sure. Yeah, there's probably a different Sarah, because the Sarah that I'm thinking of, that pops in my mind is Sarah by Fleetwood Mac, the one that I just put the link in there with Stevie Nicks. Man, I still remember the first time I heard her voice. I was like, how you just casually listening to something on the radio and you go, who is that? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, well, you recognize everybody else's voice, Christy McVie, you know what I mean? And Mick Fleetwood's drumming style and everything. It's like, who the hell is that? That's Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks. We both right. Oh, okay. Oh, I think I know the one you talking about. It's like it's like a slow song. And yeah, I'm not the late Starship, because then they changed from Jefferson Starship, because they went from Jefferson Airplane to Jefferson Starship, then from Jefferson Starship to just Starship. And Find Your Way Back, that was probably the end of the line for me for Jefferson Starship, was Find Your Way Back. But my favorite, still, it's a tie with me. My two favorite Jefferson Starship, not Jefferson Airplane, my two favorite Jefferson Starship songs is probably the tie between one is definitely is Familiar Stranger, and Familiar Stranger and Save Your Love. The guitar player that was playing when they recorded Save Your Love, when the song went off, he should have collapsed. He should have collapsed. I mean, he had to be tired. There's no way. I'm like, man, I wonder if he played that live. Holy crap. If you did, you would have to play it early in the set, because if towards the end, I'm going to be too gassed to play this. But, Save Your Love and Familiar Stranger are my two favorite. What do you know about? But, Lindsey Buckingham. Yeah. Lindsey Buckingham. Yeah. Shoot, I done the video on the story on how they met. And when they met at the Sunshine, the recording studio in California. I done the video. I done the video. It's on it's in my archives on here. And of how they met, and then when Mick Fleetwood, met her, and they sat and this, yeah, it's on my channel here. But anyway, I just wanted to do this. Yeah, I done the whole story from how they met in the studio there in California, and Mick Fleetwood, he come in and he's like, who was that? I don't know. Well, can she sing? Well, let's see. And they went on like Flash Gordon. I remember that cheesy movie. Oh my God, that movie was cheesy. I love the song, but that movie was cheesy. Yeah, but man, I'm telling you, I mean, even though it's, everybody got their own personal flavor, but I look on here, this list, I'm telling you, the Runaways, Van Halen, the Scorpions, Kiss, Rat, Motley Crue, Dokken, damn, Cinderella, Def Leppard, Guns N' Roses. God dang. You know what I mean? That's good music. If you don't have the Pyromania album by Def Leppard, you're doing yourself. Or even in this day and time, you probably can get that CD online for probably less than $10 if you ain't got it. That is a good CD. And me being the sound engineer type thinking type dude, they didn't ruin it. They didn't make it too slick. No, they put them in the list. Rolling Stone magazine put them in the list. Them and Guitar magazine, they put them on the list. We read the list off. They put them in there. And that's what, but if you would have been here on time, you would have known that we had already said Kiss, Def Leppard, Kiss, Def Leppard, the Scorpions, and Van Halen, Joan Jett predated the hair band scene. Predated the hair band scene. But see, he's late, so he didn't know we had already covered that. Sometimes it sounds like two guitars were playing with Lindsey. Man, Lindsey Buckingham, excuse me for having a job. I got a job. I run the joint, but it's a job. But Lindsey Buckingham, to me, didn't get enough credit as a guitarist. To me. I could be wrong. I don't think he got and then we got, yeah, man, I'm telling you, Def Leppard's a good, man, they're a good musical group. They can play. Cause some bands, some groups, what's up, BK? Some of them are niche. Some of them can actually play. Dokken can play. The Scorpions can play. They can play. They can play for real play. They can play Yosa. They can read sheet music and play whatever you want to play. Some bands can't do that. Some bands can only play. They're narrow. They're groove players. You got it, man. You coming in and we on our way out. But I tell people I said, man, I said, okay, name another song they made that made a hit besides The Final Countdown. And I never listened to that song all the way through. It's garbage to me. Yeah, I mean, but that's cool. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. But he's a good guitarist. Lindsey can play. Lindsey Buckingham can play. He can play. And I can't remember. God, I'm having a brain cramp. Poison's drummer is good. He can play. Rat's drummer is good. If the Scorpions would have had Rat's drummer, it'd be a whole different damn ball game. Rat's, I can't think of these people. I'm getting old. I don't remember all the names. He is good. Oh, remember Def Leppard, drummer had that accident and lost his arm and came back and played with one arm. Now, yeah, they put in more foot pedals to do stuff that he was doing with his other arm. And I think y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I think the first video that he made after coming back from having his arm amputated was Pour Some Sugar on Me. I think that was the first video that he was in that they came. Now that's another song that they wore out on the radio. Pour some sugar on me. I'm hot, sticky, sweet from my head down to my feet. Okay, whatever. I mean, but I still remember when he had the accident. I think they done the thing where they put in a couple of more kicks. I mean, a couple of more foot pedals for toms and whatnot that he, would have normally hit with his other hand. But yeah, but they wore that song out. But it wasn't a bad album. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But I think he played better with one hand than I do with two, because I cannot play drums. You don't want me nowhere near. The only thing you want me to help you with on drums is setting it up before the gig and tearing it down before they leave. But it's so hell, because the drummer, I say, because that was the thing. When you a member of a band, you wear you out, because the drummer, y'all got to help him carry his stuff. Because the only thing I got to carry is two basses and a bass and my amp head. Because most of the places, they already got the speakers in. And I don't like most places. I didn't like they amp head. Because I got a Bassman 100 tube amp, and I got a solid state. I got an orange 360, and those are mine. So you will play through their speakers, but I like to use my amp head, not theirs. But you always had to help carry the drummer carry his stuff in so he can get set up. Then when you tear down, you got to help him carry his stuff. Man, you need to get less drum. No, but you can't get less drums. You need that sound. Number one, number two, tom, snare. Some play with double snare, kick drum, double kick, crash, splash, hi-hat, and a 12-inch cymbal. And I ain't even a drummer, but I know. And some cowbell. You put the cow that you can a lot of them mount the cowbell on the stem over the hi-hat. So, you can where he can hit it with his foot. When he let go, it clap, after you hit the cowbell. The crew drummer, but yeah, he was. Women was the first video from Hysteria. Okay. I could be true. The first one I remember seeing was, because they even keyed in on him playing with his one arm. Yes, they did. It's still vision in that video. That word roadies are for carry shit. But man, a lot of roadies, a lot of bands, they'll tell you, like, when they do these documentaries and whatnot, of how important, they roadies were to them, getting them set up, helping them. Because a lot of roadies actually would help the sound engineers too, trace down buzzes and shorts and pops and clicks, and how come this overhead mic ain't working? Because the sound man, he got to stay at that console. So he need a worm, and normally it's and some roadies, and this ain't got nothing to do with this, and I'm gonna get you, because what are we at? Oh crap, we're coming up on an hour and a half, and that's what I wanted to hit. We're hitting an hour and a half right now, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, they played that song, Portia. Yeah, and they played it to the ground. They played it to death. When James Hetfield got burned up during the live show, when the pyrotechnics went off and burned him all up and everything, while they were on the road, his roadie played the next shows. James sang, but his roadie played his part. His roadie can play. James, the Metallica's wrote I can't remember the guy's name, but he played because James Hetfield, I still remember watching it. I wasn't there, but I watched it on MTV and VH1 and Behind the Music. You remember that show, Behind the Music, that they were showing on MTV, on VH1. And when that thing exploded and they noticed, they said, man, we look up, where's James? And they noticed he stopped playing. Yeah, because he's on fire. And he got all bandaged up, and they done all the stuff, but they stayed on, they kicked the tour back up, and his roadie played. His roadie took over, didn't miss a beat. Ain't that something? But I guess I know how to play, and I've been on tour with y'all for almost a freaking year. And so I already know what you're going to play before you play it. Nico from Iron Maiden was Clive's drum tech and played backstage politics to get in the. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, but Geechee Dan, you're right. A lot of roadies are musicians. A lot of them know how to play. And a lot, the ones that, but like I say, they help the sound engineer out on the road so much. Because and so I guess that's why some of them can demand the amount of money that they do, if you know what I mean. They can demand that coin. But anyway, y'all, this is great. I like this. Next one, I ain't made up my mind on the next one I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna go straight to the grunge era, the Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Screaming Trees, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm gonna go to that one or if I'm gonna go a step back, because I don't want to just go in a row. I want to bounce around and whatnot. I don't know if I'll probably do that one next. I want to leave the new wave one for last. Depression rock. I don't even know what depression rock is. But I know I gotta do a straight metal show. I'm gonna do a straight metal show because I had to have Budgie and Blitzkrieg and Diamond Head and stuff like that. Real metal. People like Diamond Head. I'm like, dude, you don't know who Diamond Head is? You don't know who Blitzkrieg is? And a lot of people then when I'll play something that somebody then copied of theirs and play it. Yeah, I heard that. That's Metallica or that's Iron Man. That's Diamond Head. That's Blitzkrieg. Yes, indeed, there was a great in-depth discussion. Appreciate it. Do a fee. I don't know a lot about jazz fusion. I know a lot about jazz, but I don't know. I know little to nothing of jazz fusion. Little to nothing. I know it exists. It's a couple of things I like, but but that's such a small niche. We can just throw them in. Do Hostmish. You hate me. That's what, when I first heard it on the radio, I'm like, do Host. I said that he's saying you hate me. That's what du hast mich mean. You hate me. Say, how you know? Sprechen Sie Deutsch. I lived there for almost 4 freaking years. What's the word? Oh man. And we leaving battle. We on our way out. But I don't know. The next one, I don't know if because I know I'm saving new wave for last. I gotta say new wave because I can't do the romantic era and the Manchester era. I can't do it in less than 2 hours. I know I can't. It's just too much to cover. Too many new wave bands. But so I'll Firestarter. That was I got him on here. That's the Prodigy. He died. His name was Keith. His name was Keith. Keith died here, what, a year ago? 2 years ago? Something like that. I got Prodigy stuff up on my music channel. Love the Prodigy. Baby's Got a Temper. Woo. Yeah, but his name was Keith. The Prodigy. And hell, I didn't put their pictures up in my community tab and whatnot. But they were great. But I'm debating. I'll debate on whether I'm gonna do the grunge or I'm gonna do the 70s rock. I'm probably one of the only older ones around that probably wouldn't help if I do the 60s rock because I'm the only old guy. I think it's only like 2 or 3 of us old guys here, and I don't want to isolate nobody. I want to do shows where everybody can, be a part of it. But we definitely gonna do the soul thing. I guess we do the funk and soul, just wrap that all up into one. We do that like that. But anyway, y'all, thanks. Appreciate all of y'all. I got to send you the mashup of the Prodigy and Public Enemy is Gold. Send it to me. Shoot it to me, bro. Shoot it to me. There's my email address on the scroller on the top of the screen. Southern Rock, I'm gonna mash all that in because you only got a couple of, I mean, I'm a Southern Rock. I like, I like that too, but it's going to be a 20-minute show, 30-minute show. So I'll probably mix them in because most of them came in around the 70s too, Leonard Skinner and all the guys. And then the bands to come out of Muscle Shoals. Hey, and if y'all want that, something else I got on my channel. I got the story, the history of Muscle Shoals. It's on my channel, but all this stuff is on my music channel. I got the history of Muscle Shoals, where they first started, where they opened, the first act they signed, then when they moved from here and went from here, and I got the whole thing. I think it's like an hour and a half long, like an hour and some change long. I got the whole thing. Muscle Shoals, Southern Rock. I got it. I done that one a couple of years ago. But man, I'm all over this music shit, stuff, y'all. Damn, they young bastards. Yeah. Like I said, me being the youngest boy, I got all that music passed down. I love the look on people's face when they saw Wild Cherry and say, man, the white dudes. And then Average White Band. Man, the white, but what that looks in the name, Average White Band. And they had one black player. They got had one black player in the Average White Band, but Schoolboy Crush, that was my song by them. I'm sorry, y'all. Drivers, because I still got Drivers out. I'm sorry, y'all. But okay. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, but Southern Rock, your Greg Allman, the Allman Brothers. Hell, same thing with them. One black player. People like, man, I can't believe they had a black player in the, well, why not? What's wrong with that? Like, blacks don't live in the South. Yeah, I thought for sure Wild Cherry was black. People thought they were black. People thought what's his name? Oh man, he made Boogie Man. I'm your Boogie Man. That's what I am. I'm here to do whatever I can. Everybody swore up and down that was black. I'm like, no, man, that's them white dudes. Average White Band. I'm telling you, people's the same thing. Schoolboy Crush. They hear Schoolboy, but and all the rappers was using that. Hell, Eric B and Rakim took Schoolboy Crush to make a Microphone Fiend. Ba-doom-doom, doom-doom, ba-doom, boom, ba-doodle-doom, doodle-doom, boom, boom, boom. That's Schoolboy Crush. Neil Young, yeah, me and Sly was, we ran down Neil Young. What was that, y'all? About 3 weeks ago? About 3 weeks ago, we done the Neil Young thing. Yeah, Neil Young is 60s and 70s. Neil Young started out with Buffalo Springfield. He went from Buffalo Springfield to Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, and then he went on his own. But he is a Buffalo Springfield, and people Buffalo Springfield. I ain't heard of no Buffalo. Yeah, KC and the Sunshine Band. Thank you, Hunter. Because I get a log jam up here. But I say Buffalo Springfield, and most people go, never heard of them. And I go, something's happening here. What it is ain't very clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I gotta beware. Let me hear you say stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. That's it. Bad lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Yeah. Young people speaking their mind. That's Buffalo Springfield. Neil Young was a member of Buffalo Springfield. Yeah, Rick James and Neil Young did used to be in a band together. That's correct. But then he left there, and then people always remember Crosby, Still, but they keep forgetting Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. The Young was Neil Young. But Autumn Harvest, I think that's the name. Harvest Moon. Autumn Harvest Moon, something like that. The name of that. That's a great album by Neil Young. Jeez, man, that's a great album. Bobby Caldwell and Rick Astley. Rick Astley sound like a white guy to me. I don't know what everybody was tripping. As soon as I heard it, he sounds like a white guy to me. I mean, but that's just me. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all out of here because it's 11:20 my time central. I mean, I'm in the central time zone. So if you're on the East Coast, I know it's after midnight. But y'all be good. Be safe. Oh, I think Sly said we doing a live stream tomorrow on his channel. Old Man. I like Old Man too, and Southern Man, because that was the Southern Man was the one with them and Leonard Skinner getting back together, cause he made a crack on the Southern Man, and that's why when they brought him up in the song Sweet Home Alabama, I heard Neil Young sang about us. I heard old Neil put us down. I hope Neil Young still remembers a Southern man don't need him around anyhow. Sweet Home Alabama. I like Neil Young. I like his music. I don't like his politics, but I like his music. It's a whole bunch of people. U2. I like their music. Don't like their politics. Love their music. Same thing. But that's what a lot of people. I love their music. They can keep their politics. I don't want it, but I love their music. But anyway, y'all be good. Y'all be safe. We catch up with y'all later. Appreciate all y'all coming out. Bye.